very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST, only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news-making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Greater Nebi religious leaders implore to mobilize Christians for the 2024 National Population Census. WENSNET engages stakeholders on electoral processes. And Nebi local leaders mobilize locals for the 2024 Uganda National Population Census. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 1st of May 2024. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST, only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Religious leaders in the Greater Nebi region have been urged to mobilize and participate in the upcoming Uganda National Population Census 2024. Take a look.
With a few days remaining for National Housing and Population Census, efforts will be made to mobilize people to participate in this exercise. Census figures play a critical role in guiding planning, policy formulation, and program implementation, as well as monitoring development progress in line with the national goals and objectives. Greater Nebi leaders have implored religious leaders to use their positions to mobilize Christians to participate in the coming National Housing and Population Census that will take place on May 9th, 2024, with the digital technology to collect, process, and disseminate census results by Uganda Bureau of Statistics (UBOS) to produce accurate and timely demographic, social, and economic statistics. In an interview with the Honorable Eugene Grace Freedom, the senior presidential advisor, counting is very crucial so that the government can plan for better service delivery for its citizens.
I would like to thank this government for coming up with a new program for census. The last census was done in 2014 and this is 2024 because Uganda counts its citizens after 10 years. This is very, very important for planning, for social services especially. And this therefore means that everyone should make it a point to be counted, because the census gets data to help government in planning and decision making.
Honorable Kuyishwin urged religious leaders to spread the messages to Christians to get counted.
And this data includes the number of people, where they live, what they have, the services they access, and so it will be very, very important to know in each region of this country how many Ugandans are there, because we plan for people. We are not going to plan for an empty country. We will plan for the people and ensure that everybody accesses government services.
Meanwhile, Honorable James Uyuluruna, Zombo District Chairperson, noted that the nationwide exercise will begin on the night of May 9th, 2024, and the next day, May 10th, will be observed as public holiday to enable a large number of Ugandans to be counted. Uyulu urged all people in Zombo District and Greater Nebi to stay in their homes and warned some opposition leaders who are misleading the masses about this exercise.
Both political leaders, cultural leaders, and religious leaders, they should be mobilizing communities from LC1 up to Member of Parliament, and all our cultural leaders should be the team player. The general public must ensure that they stay within on census night.
The census 2024 will be the 6th such exercise to be conducted since Uganda gained its independence in 1962. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. West Nile Regional Civil Society Network, WENSNET, on 30th of April 2024 convened a meeting for the various stakeholders to come together and deliberate on the gaps within the electoral processes so as to prepare the citizens for the forthcoming 2026 general elections. Farish Majid reports.
West Nile Regional Civil Society Network on 30th of April 2024 convened a meeting for various stakeholders to come together and deliberate on the gaps within the electoral process so as to prepare the citizens for the forthcoming general elections. The meeting that took place at Hunter's Nest in Arua City attracted the duty bearers, the members of the public, the security and the political leaders from various parties, among others from Greater Arua. Moses Oring, the program manager at West Nile Regional Civil Society Network, says the purpose for the one-day meeting is to bring the stakeholders together to deliberate on the concerns of the citizens.
To us, as the convener, this engagement means a lot in terms of bridging the gaps that has been faced by citizens, specifically on issues of transparency in election. Most times citizens do not have information. They think election transparency is only on the voting date or the election date, but you understand that issues around election transparency is almost like I already communicated, a 1.5 year process, which starts with the release of the roadmap and also the clarity information. It's not just a release, but it's supposed to be the citizens are supposed to know what is in the roadmap. So citizens have raised issues which we got duty bearers response to them. They have given commitment. So this means a lot for our future elections, and we feel future election will be better, learning from our past mistakes.
Some of the stakeholders who turned up for the meeting organized by the civil society organization raised the following concerns affecting the outcomes and quality of the elections in the country.
You cannot have a president who is holding full executive powers, contesting against the opponents who are not even anywhere near State House. So the president moves with the planes that will have the helicopters, with the presidential guards, with all the force. He draws the funds from the National Treasury to campaign. Then where is the level ground here? So we say there must be a level ground, and if possible, there must be an interim leadership.
When you come to office through a free, fair, credible, verifiable elections, and I explained in that presentation what I meant by verifiable, because we don't have that terminology in Uganda. Other countries have it. The likelihood is that most of the leaders will be accountable. So it reduces the question of corruption. When you have leaders who come to power through illegitimate means, you don't have to expect accountability.
As a view of the ordinary citizens for which they blamed police for being harsh during elections, Josephine Angutia, the West Nile Region police spokesperson, denied the allegation, saying police works within the law.
Many times people have a feeling that police is an institution which is biased. Maybe it is an institution which serves only the interest of the existing government. Police is this and that, they torture and so on. I want to inform everyone that police operates within the laws of the country. As police, we don't make the constitution, but we work on what has been decided upon in the parliament by our members of parliament and what has been enacted into law.
Izale Osman, the returning officer for Koboko, who represented the Electoral Commission, appreciated the civil society for organizing, bringing the stakeholders together.
In a special way, I want to thank WestNet for organizing dialogue. It's now Commission's policy to have conversations with our stakeholders and to have stakeholder engagements at every opportunity time. So when we sit together with our stakeholders like this, as Commission, we are really pleased.
Aikorupis, human rights officer in charge of education, calls for mindset, most especially on where the electoral process have been characterized by violence.
We should talk to people that if I win next time Madam will also win. We should not carry out this, and it should affect our relations with our neighbors. No, let's encourage peaceful coexistence before and after election, and also avoid issues of hate speech. Colleagues who are going to stand, when you are going, let people know your manifesto. Why do you talk about my other issues? Instead of concentrating on manifesto, people should choose me because they know I can serve you well.
Westnet organized the stakeholders meeting under their 8-year project of interface between duty bearers and citizens on elections transparency, funded by USAID through NGO Forum. Oraku Benson Pastore, Farsi Majid, West Nile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. During the opening of the 9 days training of enumerators of the Central and Tata Division in Nebi Municipality on the 1st of May 2024, Honorable Achibu Agnes, the Nebi District Woman Member of Parliament, thanked the management and the staff of UBOS for the good work they have done, urging communities to get counting. Take a look.
Every 10 years, Uganda holds a national population and housing national census, and the last one was carried out in 2014, and the national exercise has come again with the training of enumerators, supervisors, among others countrywide. The census figures play a critical role in guiding, planning, policy formulation, and program implementation, as well as monitoring development progress in line with national goals and objectives. The census exercise that will take place on 9th May 2024 will use digital technology to collect, process, and disseminate census results. The digital census will also enable the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, UBOS, to produce accurate and timely demographic, social, and economic statistics. According to UBOS, the country's current population is estimated at 45.5 million, with a growth rate of 30.4%. During the opening of 9 days training of enumerators of Central and Tata Division in Nebi Municipality this morning, held at Nebi Primary School, Honorable Ashibu Agnes, Nebi District Woman Member of Parliament, thanked the management and staff of UBOS for the good work they have done in ensuring the census activities are always a success in Uganda. Honorable Ashibu says the aim of the counting are very crucial so that the government can plan for its people, because it is hard to plan properly for people you don't know, and she urges community to get counted.
A very, very important exercise, that is the national census. I want all my people not to miss out in this exercise. It is very, very important because it helps the government to plan for what it should do for its people. I hope we are all aware that because of the stability of our country, we find population has also risen, and therefore in this rising population, the government needs to get the right number so that it can plan effectively and really distribute the services to our people, also depending on the population that we have. We are all aware as we talk about our education sector, like in Nebi district, when you go to the primary schools, the classrooms are not enough because of the population.
Meanwhile, Honorable Jacqueline Opar, Chairperson Local Council 3 Tata Division.
Everyone will have to be counted in this country. Generally, the government has decided to put the night to be the census night, and the next day they will be on the ground to count. I am happy with Tata Division that as I speak now, the program is training which has just started, and I'm sure I've been communicating to other LC3 chairpersons beyond the district. Most of the sub-counties are carrying exercise of training today. What I have now as the chairperson of the LC3 and the mobilized is to tell the community that people should all be ready to be counted. Anybody who will say that he or she is not going to be counted will be the wrong person.
Also made it clear that the nationwide exercise will begin on the night of May 9th, 2024, and the next day, May 10th, 2024, will be observed as public holiday to enable a large number.
The reason is the government has this opportunity of carrying census with the reason that the best example is if you want to cook food for the family, you must first see how many people are there to take lunch today. Then you go and measure a cup or 2 cups of beans to put on fire in order to manage the people who are.
The National Population and Housing Census 2024 will be the 6th exercise to be conducted since Uganda gained independence in 1962, with the last one done in 2014. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
First of May and the year is 2024. First of all, happy Labor Day. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. This is West Nile Television, and the segment right now is the segment of NILE CAST Sports News. Of course, we are all aware that things continues to happen in the world of sports where we cannot leave them out for you. We make sure that we give them for you, starting from the region, national, continental, and as usual, we finalize everything with what is happening in international sports, more especially 80% of what we give in international sports is what is happening in Europe. Before we talk about what transpired yesterday night in UEFA Champions League, I can confirm to you the race is still on in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Games were also played yesterday. And as I talk right now, there is a very big cracker currently going on between the team of Sports Club Villa and the team of KCA. Before that, there was a game which took place between the team of Sports Club Vipers and the team called Bull. Bull managed to edge out Vipers by a goal to nil in top of the table class. And the win Bull actually picked against the Venoms has moved them to 49 points. Meanwhile, the team Vipers that got beaten earlier in the day still has something of around 46 points, and they are at number 3. Second on the log right now, as I talk, is the team of Airtel Chitara. They are having 48 points, and the game, as I said, which is going on, is the game between Sports Club Villa and KCA. Do you know what? This game is taking place at the Nambole Stadium, and also the game between Sports Club Vipers and the team of Bull also took place at Nambole Stadium. Games we also played yesterday, and we saw the team of Airtel Chitara playing out a 1-1 tie with the team of Mbara City, and also URA being tied into a barren draw, goalless draw by the team called Busoga. Let's leave the things which are happening within the country of Uganda, and we jet to Europe. We talk about the biggest tournament we have in European football. It's all about UEFA Champions League, whereby there was a game yesterday night in the first leg of the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League between the Bavarians and the Los Blancos. That's Bayern Munich up against the team of Real Madrid. This game took place at Allianz Arena, the home ground for the team of Bayern Munich, and we saw them playing a 2-2 tie. Vinicius Jr. scored the brace for the team of Los Blancos. Meanwhile, for the Bavarians, their goals came through Leroy Sané, and we saw the other one coming from the player called Hurricane. Still tonight, a very big cracker. Also 10 p.m. as we'll be seeing Signal Iduna Park, that is the home ground for Borussia Dortmund. They will be saying hi to Paris Saint-Germain, and we saw Paris Saint-Germain eliminating a certain Barcelona, of course, in the semi-finals. They are classing tonight in the first league also encounter. They have never won the competition before. That's Paris Saint-Germain for you. Meanwhile, for Borussia Dortmund, the last time they won the competition was in 1997 when they beat Juventus in the finals, and the last time they proceeded up to the finals was in 2013 when they were beaten by their arch rivals Bayern Munich in the final, which ended 2-1. And since then, they have not proceeded to the semi-finals, and so on happened this season. Everyone is waiting to see what will transpire in tonight's game between BVB and a side called Paris Saint-Germain. And also tomorrow games will be bouncing back in European night, this time in Europe and the Europa Conference. AS Roma will be having a very big, AS Roma will be having a cracker with the Bayer Leverkusen. Meanwhile, on the other side, Olympique de Marseille will be taking on the team of Atalanta, and also in Europa Conference, also semi-finals, first league encounters, you'll be expecting a game between Fiorentina up against Club Brugge, that comes from Belgium, and at the same time, Aston Villa, that comes from England, will be battling it out with Olympiacos Peru, that comes from Greece. Let's finalize everything with what is coming from Championship. Every day I make sure that I bring for you what is happening in the second tier of English football, because the season is getting tense. Teams are fighting to see that they earn promotion. Others are fighting to see that they avoid the relegation. And yesterday there was a very big game between Coventry City and the team of Ipswich Town. Ipswich managed to beat Coventry City by 2-1. That means you look at the statistics right now, mathematics right now, Ipswich is only left with a draw to see that they seal the ticket to the top tier of English football. I'm talking about English Premier League. And Championship games are getting done come this weekend, whereby for Ipswich Town, they'll be sitting at home as they take on Huddersfield Town. Meanwhile, for Leeds, that is competing with Ipswich Town for the second slot, will be having a date with Southampton. That means after yesterday's win for Ipswich Town over Coventry, they will only be fighting for a draw over the team of Huddersfield Town over the weekend. A draw will be enough to see that Ipswich gets to English Premier League. Let's finalize everything with what is happening in Women's Super League. I am talking about the English Premier League of the ladies, and a very big crack also coming tonight between the team of Liverpool and the team of Chelsea. Chelsea right now, they sit second on the log in Women's Super League table, something of around 6 points behind the team of Manchester City, with 4 matches remaining for the Blues. Meanwhile, for Manchester City, they are remaining with 2 matches. A win for Chelsea will take them to 49 points. But they will still be in second position. Liverpool right now, they sit somewhere fifth on the log with something of 32 points, and a win for them against the team of Chelsea will take them to 35 points, the same number of points the team of Manchester United is having. But Manchester United, they are having a superior goal difference in terms of positive than the team of Liverpool. That one brings us to the end of today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News, and it has been me, Benson Pastore, and tomorrow still I will be here to feed you with what continues to transpire as far as sports is concerned.
Thank you, Rocco Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. That viewer marks the end of the NILE Cast, only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILE Cast to the end of the NILE Cast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest